Hi, I'm Tim Hunter, and this is Trailers from Hell, and the film today is Claude Chabrol's The Champagne Murders. The Champagne Murders was Claude Chabrol's only U.S. studio co-production, financed by Universal and released to very little fanfare in 1967. It was his only widescreen film and his only film in Technicolor. Now, a favorite footnote of mine on this film has to do with the Mexican release, where the film was entitled Burbujas de Terror, Bubbles of Terror. The film was largely dubbed in its American release, and even Tony Perkins doing his own dialogue sounds dubbed. At this transition point in Chabrol's career, 2 years before his New York Film Festival sanctioned comeback with Les Biches and Une Femme Infidèle, Chabrol was making light, Hitchcock-influenced thrillers to pay off his taxes after a series of new wave box office failures at the beginning of his admirable career. These included the delirious caper picture with Marie Laforêt, Marie Chantal against Dr. K, and a couple of lightweight gems with Gene Seberg, and two low-budget spy thrillers, The Tiger Likes Fresh Meat and The Tiger Perfumes Himself with Dynamite. Rich champagne heir Maurice Ronet and his pal ex-Beach Boy gigolo Tony Perkins are out drinking and driving and get mugged. Ronet comes out of the sanitarium a little batty, not that everyone isn't a little batty in this picture. Perkins' rich wife, Yvonne Furneaux, owns the champagne company, but Ronet still owns his family name, which threatens to screw up the sale of the company to an American conglomerate headed by Henry Jones, who played the prosecutor in Vertigo. Arty murders pile up one after the other, and the finger points at loony Ronet, who is so drunk throughout the picture that he can't remember if maybe he isn't the killer. But clearly everybody else is up to something too. In a twist that's been very apparent throughout, like it is in Psycho, and yet nicely veiled and effectively revealed, the picture ends in a shocking visualization of Sartre's No Exit as filmed by Alfred Hitchcock in full overblown Marnie style, and a snippet of the ending is shown at the end of this pretty good trailer. Much as people like to call Chabrol the French Hitchcock, Chabrol never aped Hitchcock's style in the way that, say, De Palma did, but The Champagne Murders is as close as anything. It does effectively prefigure his persistent theme of corruption and secrets, undermining the pretensions of the bourgeoisie that dominate all his later films, starting with Les Biches 2 years later, films owing as much to Patricia Highsmith as to Hitchcock. It's not currently available in any format, here or in France, where it was released as Le Scandale, so I think someone should run a double bill of The Tiger Perfumes Himself with Dynamite, and this one, Bubbles of Terror. Now who could afford to miss that?